right, you're just in time for another eBay unboxing. All right, so I think this can go one of two ways. Either this is good or this is better. So let's unbox it in fast motion and I'll tell you why it could be good or better. So this was a 3-piece lot, and I noticed in the pictures there was something that intrigued me, and it could go bad or it can go like really great, or it can just be like, ah. So let's open the two things I didn't really want from the lot. These two things over here were things I just, it didn't float my boat, if you know what I mean. And they're very small. They're nothing spectacular. And I do like to collect Italian micro mosaic, which is tiny little thousands of or hundreds of little tiles made to make little pictures on jewelry and metallic objects. So there's one. And it's very small, nothing to write home about. Some people do collect this as jewelry, like in bracelets and necklaces. So here's one. And I have to say, this one is old. It's probably from the 30s. We do have some writing, I think, on the back. Let's see what it says. Made in Italy. Yes, these are Italian. Generally bought at souvenir shops. In Italy, there's some kind of marking over there. I don't know. Maybe it's just solder. But, you know, nothing special, even though look at how many tiny little tiles make up. I don't know if you can see that. Make up little pictures on this, which is really quite lovely when you think about it. This is a cross, not a crucifix, and it's a pendant. Next, we have this one. This one looks older. I could be wrong. Again, probably 1930s. You can see all the little tiles that make up the pictures in this piece. And again, these are not rare, but not like, it's not rare, but it's not easy to come across, but it's still easy to come across, but not extremely super rare. Made in Italy. All right, now this one was the one that I thought might have had more value to it. And it's just something I assumed. There's no scientific basis until we open it up and see what I found intriguing about it. So what I found intriguing about it was the seams on it. And I'll show you the seams. Now, this could be nothing. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert in everything. And what I noticed was another micro mosaic crucifix. I don't know if you can see. This one's a really big, heavy one. And what I did notice was on the sides. I don't know if you could see this, but it has like a seam. Do you see the seam going down it? Which sometimes means that these open up. And if these open up, sometimes they do hold relics inside them. You have to look. Sometimes on the top will be a screw-off piece. So let's see. Am I right or am I wrong? I sure hope that my hunch is correct. All right, so like if it has relics inside of it, I'm going to be doing the happy dance. But you don't always get lucky. Your hunch could be wrong. Let's unscrew this and see if it even unscrews. And it looks like it's unscrewing. Now, generally, these are soldered on, and they don't unscrew. So this is actually something that may be a good thing. So let's see. I mean, I don't see any hinges on this. So usually these have hinges built in. So let's just take this off completely. I could be wrong. And if so, then the $100 I paid for this 3-piece set is about right. Actually, the crucifix that I'm touching right now is worth more than the other two. This one has more value, probably about $300 to $500 as it is, without any relics inside of it. But that's a pretty long screw. All right, let's pray and hope. Oh, it does open, boys and girls. All right, it slides. And sorry, I don't have a professional manicure. A lot of you guys make comments about my nails. But all right, let's see if we can get this open. And if there's anything in here. Oh my God, boys and girls, we did it. I think we did it, boys and girls. I think there are holy relics in here. And my heart is racing so fast. All right, let's try to get this opened and see what is in here. Now, it might not have holy relics in there. And then I'll be crying and it doesn't have holy relics in there. Well, F you, the rest, not going to say, yeah. All right, so this was supposed to hold holy relics, but still, I love it. Let's take this out. Hold on. And this is my bread knife I just used for my semolina chicken colored Parmesan hero, not breakfast, but lunch. And let's look in here. All right, and let's see, what do we got in here? All right, but this is actually quite cool, even though it doesn't have relics. All right, this does, upon further investigation, this does have relics in it. So I think this is the catacombs. Now, it spilled, of course, it spilled out onto this paper because I molested. Yes, I molested this. I don't know if you can see. These are relics. These are actually holy relics that have spilled out onto the paper. These are just not marked. And you can see the holy relics in here. I don't know if you can see that. These are holy relics. It could be the San, I forgot what it's called, San Callisto catacombs, but I'm going to have to take some, I'm going to have to take my tweezers and get it back in here. And as you can see, this does contain relics in it. It's just not telling me what relics they are. But this is definitely a holy relic crucifix. And now I'm going to have to, this is not going to be fun, boys and girls. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I can see the relics in here. I'm going to dump everything onto a white piece of paper, pour it back onto the little red cross that I have here, and put the glass over it. And we're going to recontain this. Now, it was stupid of me to take it apart. Really a dumb move. Okay, it's like I'm doing lines of cocaine in my house. I got it in a line. Now I'm going to put this thing back together. I have the glass over here and the part of the crucifix. Oh God, where's the other one? And all right, very stupid move. Hold on, stupid move. Where's the other part of the red part of the crucifix? Ay. All right, so I found it. So how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna get the relics back in with the glass? I'll figure it out. I always do. All right, so I did the best I could, and I think we can move this around. Hold on, let me just try to get my knife in there. And I'm going to just move the relics onto the red. All right, I was able to get everything back in there. I just don't know why it wasn't labeled. It's really odd. Somebody must have messed around with it. Don't know why, but we got the dust in there and it's in there good. Now I got what I wanted because I wanted it to be a reliquary crucifix. Now a reliquary is something that holds relics. And it is, and it's very old. I'm going to say 1920s, 1930s. We're going to clean Jesus. We're going to clean all the dust out of here. I don't know if you can see this horrible, terrible dust. We're going to clean this up really nice. We're going to put it back together, and then we're going to discuss these. All right, so this old relic from the past is now going to be closed shut, so we can't get it open anymore. We're going to put the screw on, and we're going to clean this. Look how filthy this is. this is really, really, really dirty. All right, so I cleaned it. I didn't clean the other two. The other two I just left with the patina on them because I don't know. I'm really not a big fan of the other two, I'll be honest. It's great to add to the collection of micro mosaics, but it's just, it's just not my cup of tea. So I did clean this as best as I could with Simichrome polish, and I used rubbing alcohol to clean over the tiles because it dries quickly before the moisture seeps down into the mortar of each one of these tiles. Now, I did not clean it thoroughly because I wanted to leave some of the patina on it. But as you can see, it is way more clean. And I'm going to show you other examples of these. Now, did I do well at $100 with tax and shipping? Yes, I did. One of these crucifixes that don't open up and are not reliquaries generally sell in the $300 to $500 price range. So I did quite good on these three pieces. Now, I'm really excited that it did have some relics in it, although they were unmarked relics. I have a feeling that they're from the tombs of San Callisto in Rome. Now, I just wanted to show you other ones you can find in your collection. This is the one that I got from my eBay listing. This one is pretty straightforward crucifix, although others are more ornate. You can get these much bigger or small and pendant size. And these are highly collectible. These were very popular during the Grand Tour of Rome that took place in the 1700s, the 1800s, and the 20th century, early pilgrimages to holy places and all different sites in Europe. Now, how I knew that this one may have been one that opened up. I don't know if you can see the seam on the side. Can you see the seam? Probably not because my camera is not going to cooperate. But you see that seam? I had a feeling there was something about it because here's my other ones that are not reliquary ones. And you can see it does have a seam, but it's closed. That seam does not look like it's open on the sides as opposed to this one. You can see that it does look like it pries apart. Now, on some of the ones you will find, the micro mosaics, you'll find different flower motifs like this one here. Really quite pretty. Some you'll find with lambs and grapes. Some of them will say Roma on them. Here's another one with the different holy basilicas around the Vatican and around the Rome area. The one that I got was just flowered on each corner, and this is a trefoil design, which is a three piece. Well, I can't say piece, but three. You see, like the three rounded edges. These are all like trefoil design. That's actually the Holy Trinity in three, or budded out. They call these budded out crucifixes. Now, the bigger they are, the more money they're worth. So like this one will be worth more money. But if this one had relics in it that were labeled, this one would be worth about $1,000 to $2,000. Now, it's sad that it was not labeled inside. It must have once had labels on each corner of that glass crucifix that was in there, and would have had like a little seal, wax seal on the back from the Vatican. Something happened along the way with this crucifix. I don't know what happened. Somebody took it apart, and sometimes people do this for, how could I put it? They do it for ways to make money. So they'll find these old reliquary crucifixes, take them apart and take the relics out of them and place them in different thecas, which I'll show you in a moment. Here's some of my first class relics. I put holy cards in front of them, and they'll put them in a theca like this with the name of the saint, and they'll take the wax seal off from the other piece, stick it onto the back of that, and they'll get the $2,000 for one relic. So what may have happened here was somebody took each of the relics out and left some of them behind, and then took the names and put them in different thecas and resold them for more money than if all of them were together in one crucifix. That is something that some wicked people do. But again, so one like this would sell in the $400 to $600 price range because it is larger. This one, again, probably about the $300 to $500 price range, sometimes even a little more, or sometimes less. This one, again, I'm going to go with $300 to $400 to $500. Now that we do have some relics inside of it, I'd like to add another $100 to $250 onto the price and value, although they are not marked relics. I have a feeling it's from the tombs of San Callisto. The tombs of San Callisto were actually, I think they were found in the late 1800s. They went missing for a very, very long time, and then they were rediscovered by archaeologists, who, and then pilgrims flocked to get pieces of the dirt from the tombs of San Callisto, which were placed into reliquaries or crucifix reliquaries like we see here. So Catacomb di San Callisto is like oh my God, it's like a really scary place, which I'd never want to go to. Well, I can't go into caves. I'm scared of caves. But these are where all the holy people were actually buried. A lot of early saints of the Catholic Church. And people now do pilgrimages to this area this historical landmark in Rome, Italy. Now, Giovanni Battista de Rossi actually found the crypt of the popes. And it's one of the oldest and most important areas in San Callisto. It was discovered in 1854 by Giovanni Battista de Rossi. The archaeologists called it the Little Vatican, since 9 popes and 8 bishops from the 3rd century are buried there in that cave. And again, I'm going to show you some views of San Callisto. And they found some, actually besides popes, they did find saints in there, early saints from the early, like over 2,000 years ago. And these catacombs, actually, they were selling reliquary crucifixes to the masses who pilgrimaged there, with the actual holy dirt of the catacombs inside of it. Here's such an example. Fortunately, I don't think they're going to have a picture of the inside of it. I don't see it, but they do open up, and the catacomb dirt are inside of it. Here is one that is opened up. And you see a smidge of the soil in there. 9 times out of 10, the soil is all missing from the inside of these reliquary crucifixes. The actual soil was glued into one spot in the shape of a cross. And little by little, it gets chipped out of there and breaks up into pieces of sand and falls out of these reliquary crucifixes. As you can see in this example, the sand-like soil from it got pretty much stuck on the bottom of this reliquary crucifix. Let's open it up and take a look at it and check it out. Hold on one second. Here we go. And this one, you can see it's pretty lost. Pretty much all the soil is gone out of it. But it still doesn't stop something this tiny, like a little teeny tiny one that's about 1 inch big, selling for $81.59. Now here's a crucifix like mine that an antique shop put on Facebook, and people were like, is it still available? They're like freaking out when they saw that. And sadly, let's actually see all the comments, because I don't know, Facebook hides comments. And it says, this is a special cross. We are still researching it. So for sale, right? So not for sale right now. Sorry, all these notifications are popping up from YouTube. But let's show you the picture. Very much like mine. This one does say Roma on the back. Mine's an earlier one. From the late 40s to the 50s and on, they all said Roma on the back. So I do know mine is from the 20s or 30s. Now this one has the same glass panel inside as mine, with the cross in there. And this one is loaded with relics. This one, I'm going to say, this would be about a $1,500 to $3,000 crucifix all day long. So that seller is wise not selling it to that person that asked the question, because the person that asked the question probably says, oh, this person don't know what this is. Let me offer them $200 for it. And yeah, and look, it's filled with relics inside of it. There's a relic right in the center there. There's little relics above each saint's name. I don't know if you could see that. Right there, there's one. Right there, there's one. And mine is the same manufacturer. You can see that here, although mine wasn't labeled. And so you know what? Even if I broke even, or if I was to flip this, which I'm not going to, I don't flip my beautiful religious artifacts. I do not flip them and sell them at all. You're not supposed to do this actually for a hobby or for even making money. It's not right. You're not supposed to find any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Monetary gain by selling these type of things. If you're a Christian, it's not a good thing. But people don't care. They see the almighty dollar sign and they want to relist this. But I would say that this would be worth, again, anywhere between $300 to $500, probably add on another $100 to $250 for the soil in there, because it is a unique crucifix. You don't see these too often that they open up. 9 times out of 10, I'd say 90% of these that I see, these micro mosaics, do not open up at all. And they are just pendants, or they are wall crucifixes, or coffin crucifixes, or just pieces of, like tourist pieces that were brought back from Rome. And you can see these are absolutely stunning. Look at all the thousands and hundreds of tiles that it took just to make up each one of these pictures in the crucifix, which is really quite cool. Mine is not as beautiful as some of the other ones here, but still worth something nonetheless. So thanks for watching. I'm still doing the happy dance, although it would have been much more amazing if there were named saints in here and relics of the saint. Hey, I think I did pretty good. I think I'm pretty lucky and pretty blessed as it is. So I'll see you guys all on the next unboxing.